on, family? I pray everything is well. I am waiting on Janae. But in the meantime, in between time, um, I'm going to go ahead. Hey, there she is. I'm going to go ahead and add her to it. Hey,
Yes.
friend.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
How?
Sorry, I was snacking. I was trying to get a little snack in before we jumped on here.
Life be life. Man. I just got off the gym, a little cryo board, a little situation, trying to, get
Ooh,
my
how
life
was that?
together. It was great.
I need to exercise.
I encourage everybody to go and just try and be a better version of themselves
No doubt. Because I
every day.
definitely need to.
Mm. Get in there. Make it happen, Captain.
We're working on it.
I can dig it. How was your work week?
It's starting off pretty good. Training a new girl. Um, because I've been working where she's like in the office where she's been at. So I am trying to get back to my spot and
I know
go
that's
home.
right.
So I've been training at work. But other than that, it's been good. How are you? How's work for you?
We're training too. So
Oh, isn't that crazy? Yeah.
yes, we're in there
Mm-hmm.
by the grace of God. We gonna figure it out. We gonna figure it out.
Has it been hard for you?
I'm not gonna say that's been hard. I'm going to say that it's a bit overwhelming
Mm. Why?
because it's a lot of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's multiple brands, multiple companies, all becoming one large conglomerate,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, learning when to speak up and when to take a minute, pause, allow everything to simmer
Mm-hmm.
down has been a process.
I mean, I could see how that.
Learning how to keep it shut, right? Keeping it shut. Um, Definitely have been putting all of these things that we're reading and learning and dealing with into action
Mm-hmm.
with all the training and stuff that I've been doing because yeah, sometimes you want to like if when we get into it, some of the days being able to encourage versus discourage,
Right.
trying to bring life into them instead of killing someone slowly with your words. So yeah, definitely have been exercising the keep it shut portion.
Well, sometimes it's just like that. We have to keep it shut sometimes.
It's true. It really is. But I try my best. I do try my best to just
I believe that you do better than what you say think you do.
I hope so.
I believe in you.
Somebody got to. It's crazy out here in these YouTube streets. My gosh. So, what did you think about week 5? Because we are on week 5.
I think it's more encouraging. Like it's more uplifting. Like I don't know. What do you think? I feel like it makes you want to be more, I guess, uplifting to others.
Yeah, I think it makes you pause and reflect and really take notice on the things that you say,
Hmm.
how you say them, the impact that comes along with it. Because I know for a fact that I could be super sarcastic.
Hmm.
And I also know that in the midst of some of my sarcasm, there's some pettiness that comes with it. And, you know, um, It's not nice. It's not always nice.
Well,
But a good joke is a good joke. Good joke is a good joke. But I'm trying my best to, you know, curb my enthusiasm with
yeah.
sarcasm.
Well, it just motivated me to be more encouraging to others. I feel like and help. But I think that's good. You know.
Yeah. So week 5 was bad speech, good speech. And it started off with, I guess you would call it day 21,
Yes.
the snowball of senseless speech. And it came from 2 Timothy 2:16, which is avoid thoughtless chatter because those who indulge in it will become more and more ungodly. Now that's one of them pause moments like, well, wait a minute. What exactly is ungodly speech? Because if
Mm-hmm.
I'm just talking to you about my day, then I'm telling you all the things that have gone along with it, it for somebody
Right.
that could be considered gossiping. But it's my day. And I want to express to you how my day was. So
Do you think like that would be really um gossip?
for some people, they might consider it to be gossip, especially if you go into the, and you know, such and such at work, they said this, and this is what, and then this happened, and woo, 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 la da da da
Mhm.
da, yada yada. It could be considered for some. For me, I feel like I'm just expressing how my day was,
Okay.
which was stressful. And I want somebody to understand the stress that I'm dealing with.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
You
Sorry, I
know,
lost it. I was trying to figure out my thing over here is being weird. Um,
because she broke it down. I like the story about the snowball of senseless speech
right.
and how she talked about going outside and basically her and her kids wanted to make a giant snowball. They wanted to make the biggest snowball they could. And in the beginning, it started off small. The snow was white. It was pristine. Everything looked beautiful. But as
Mhm.
they proceeded to make this snowball bigger and more snow accumulated into this ball, it started to grab all the things that were underneath of the snow, the leaves, the sticks, whatever was left in the yard. And it was no longer this pristine white ball. It started to look a little dingy, a little dirty. And I like to apply the snowball effect in a different manner. So it threw me for a loop. I don't know if you've ever done the Dave Ramsey um, Financial Peace University course, but Dave Ramsey has his own theory of a snowball effect, and it's for your finances, where you take one thing, you pay that off, and then you take that payment, you add it to the next payment, and then you pay that off, and that's the snowball effect of getting yourself out of debt. And you know, it's
Okay.
a beautiful thing. That big ball is beautiful. This ball in this book was not so pretty.
Right.
Not so pretty. And so she broke down, what was it, all of the useless matters and the
Hmm.
types of speech that fit into that description. So gossip was one of the first things she talked about. And her point was any casual or unconstrained conversation that reports about other people. It
Hmm.
typically involves details that have not been confirmed as being true. This would certainly fit the description of godless chatter. So when you're dealing with some of the people that we deal with at work, you're assuming that they know their position, but sometimes that just may not be the case. And so in those instances, I might be gossiping because I
You know,
cannot confirm nor deny whether or not they know how to do their
I
job.
will agree with you on that one because there's a few instances where it's just like, did you see so and so? It's
Right.
like, hey,
Like,
I
what?
can't be seeing this for real.
Like, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Because
Because I think I'm tripping, but if I'm not tripping, you let me know. Because this,
that part, that part.
yeah. So trust me, I feel you on that one because sometimes it can be real different, and then the coworkers are sometimes.
Right. So, and then it talked about slander, and that's
Mm-hmm.
another form of harmful rhetoric. It vilifies a person or communicates a false statement that might harm their reputation. I
Yep.
don't think I slander anyone.
I don't think I do.
I would hope that I don't slander anyone. I don't try to be malicious
Mm-hmm.
in that space. But if I were to like really think about all the conversations I've ever had in my life as a teenager, I may have been the recipient of slander.
Oh, really?
Yes. You know,
Yeah.
and even in family dynamics, when people think you're a bully, it's just not real.
I don't think I slander people. Slander is a pretty,
It's heavy. That's a heavy word.
like, you would have to really be a villain to be slandering people. You know what I mean?
The third one she talked about was labeling.
Mm-hmm.
This is speech may seem less serious, but it's as harmful as well and would fall under the category of godly chatter. Labeling is when we slap a title on a person that is not rooted in truth or that is tethered to harm to a harmful stereotype. And I think we are taught to label things, and
Mm-hmm.
so it's very easy for us to label things and not think about it in a harmful way.
Right.
Like we're real quick to diagnose people
Mm-hmm.
with different illnesses, I'll say, whether it be mental, emotional.
Mm-hmm.
We're quick to say, oh, such and such is slow, such and such is
Right.
special. And then those people have to live through those labels.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't understand that how strong your words are,
Mm-hmm.
you're suffocating that person, not even realizing that that's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Because we talked about how our experiences where we have
Mm-hmm.
had someone that said something and it's carried with us in adulthood.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, hmm it really matters. Like how we label people, how we treat people. Yeah.
Now, this one I thought about you. Petty arguments.
Why?
Because when we were talking last week, you were like, girl, I just be short and I and I just go in. But you said how you've been turning that page.
Mm-hmm.
So when I read it, I was just like, man, Janae is really growing. I'm so proud of her.
Girl.
Because you was like, petty argument, here I come.
Yeah.
We could,
We can go with it.
right? But I was like, ooh. And then I had to think about myself. I was like, sometimes I can be pretty petty, but not in an argumentative way.
No.
I just be petty.
I got it all for you. I had it all, okay?
Amen.
Because the new, I'm not.
Listen, we thank God for removing the old and setting us anew, new hands, new feet, new heart, new mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Jesus.
Yes.
What were your thoughts about the idle words?
Huh?
What were your thoughts about the idle words and how she broke that down?
Um. So, I mean, we all have idle words, right? So we just have senseless conversations all the time, right? We talk about anything and everything, and I think sometimes that is not, necessary. Um, I I probably am a more of an idle word type of person. Like I'll just talk about random conversation, like, "Oh, your shoes are cute," or stuff like that. But I
Yeah.
also try to like use idle words in a encouraging way too sometimes, because I'm like, "Oh, your shoes are cute," and so
Hmm.
then it becomes senseless conversation, but it also is like it boosted somebody's mood, you know.
Oh yeah, because if I don't know if it's like a girl thing, but if somebody said, "Oh, your outfit's cute," one of the first things women say, "It's got pockets," and
Yeah.
everybody be hyped about it, like, "Oh yes, pockets."
And then there goes a whole conversation.
Right? Where'd you get it? Oh, I got it at such and such store. Oh, they have so many colors. It's a whole process, and that's how we spend money. See, it might not be good to be idly speaking.
So like
We
just like a little thing like that can snowball
right into something
into,
crazy.
yes. So
Something crazy. I also find myself now as I've gotten older, or I say more seasoned, um, I like my quiet time in the car.
mhm,
But you ever find like when you're sitting in the car with people, not everybody likes that silence and they get awkward and then they go into these rambling,
yeah.
very
Mhm.
nonsensical conversations.
Mhm.
I think today I was driving and I had somebody in the car with me and they were like, "Are you mad?" I said, "No, you're not talking. I'm just thinking. I'm just in my head. I'm just going through process.
Mhm.
Please don't take it any kind of way. I don't have the capacity right now to entertain anything outside of what I'm thinking about."
Right. And even if there was probably music, you probably would have blocked it out because you was too busy thinking.
Yeah, it could have been playing in the background.
Mhm.
So I probably don't suffer as much with idle words
Mhm.
because I find my peace to be very important as seasoned, I've elevated in
Mhm.
my earth years.
I feel like my work kind of makes you kind of a little bit idle conversations. It's just
That's fair.
I mean, I guess they have intentions behind it. You know what I mean? It's just not anything because it's like to make a person like for me, I'm like I'll just talk about random stuff with the patient just to make the time go by, but it
Right.
also makes them feel a little bit more comfortable too. Cause like, have you had a nurse room you and like have conversation with you about like, hey, how's your day going? Da 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 da, and then you just go into a whole conversation, but
Mhm.
like it's made you smile. She done gave you a laugh or two, maybe, rather than
Oh,
like one of them with a like, hey,
no, most of them have been very straightforward, asking me the basic questions as they tick them off the paper
mm-hmm,
or on the computer. And then they're like, "Okay, well, have a great day. Hope you feel better."
and bye.
That's it.
Sometimes it's some people like to have a little convo. It makes them feel a little bit at ease.
I mean, I get that. That makes sense. I would see that more for the elderly who
Mm,
may not get a lot of conversation.
that's who I see a lot.
So that makes sense. Like if you're dealing with the elderly who typically, God forbid, their kids are also older, they probably have their own children
Hmm.
and they're ripping and running and moving and shaking. And, you know, depending on how old you get, your friends are probably already transitioned. And
Hmm.
so you'll talk to anybody about anything just to have conversation.
Yeah, because they just tired of being in the house.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, what did you take away from the today's takeaways for day 21?
So do not indulge. It says to indulge means to allow yourself the pleasure of doing something, usually something you know you should not be doing. When we indulge, at first it's fun. We might even get a little thrill that comes from knowing we shouldn't be doing it. Um, what was your question again? I was reading it. What did it?
Yeah, like what did you pull out of the takeaways?
Um, for do not indulge.
Mm-hmm.
It made me be more just mindful about like kept starting a conversation and how I'm starting my conversation so that I don't do that snowball the all those lovely points we just mentioned.
I get it.
Um, I would say the mouth guard part can be very necessary. I think, like you said, this week was you had to be quiet a lot, so that mouth guard was working heavy for you. Um, I
Pretty
just
much.
I but I try to not say mean or hurtful things. I've always probably tried to be an uplifter in person. I think that's just my personality. But also, like, I was easy to say the wrong things at random moments.
Got it.
I've had those moments where I was that person for you that was what would you call it? Just like, are you okay when you was in the car? Like I would have been like, so you want to talk about something?
No, I'm chill.
I've had moments like that, but also I've had moments where cause like I could relate with you, like wanting to be
Yeah.
quiet in the car. I have that happen pretty often. And somebody lost their phone or something. I hope you can't hear it in the background.
No, I can't
Okay.
do anything.
Oh, good. It's the find my iPhone going off.
Oh. Oh, well, I hope they find it.
It's not.
Let's see. So the lesson for the lips was for us to write down Psalms 141, verses 3 through 4, and place it somewhere you will see it often. Did you do that?
Sorry, I'm lost my where we was at. I'm trying to keep up.
Oh, no, you're fine. It was
You
the,
said what was the question you were looking at?
no, it was a lesson for the lips, and it was telling us to write out Psalms 141, verses 3 and 4,
Mm-hmm.
and set it someplace where we could see it often and recite it until it became an earnest prayer. Did you find yourself doing that at any time last week?
No.
No.
Mm-mm. Um, I've been like trying to read over everything and keep up with it, but I have not been like actively doing the lessons probably per se, just because I've been we got 2 weeks left and I'm done school. So I have
Ooh,
done it. So I'm sorry, but I love y'all family, but it has been getting real intense with these papers. Okay.
I can dig it. I'm glad that you're almost done.
We got 2 weeks, y'all. 2 weeks.
That's good stuff.
I'm so excited. The 10th.
Good stuff. So, day 22, the
Mm-hmm.
sting of searing sarcasm. And that was Proverbs 1:22. How long will you who are simple love your simple ways? How long will mockers delight in mockery and fools hate knowledge? I just love the way God had no problem calling somebody simple minded. Just so you simple. Something wrong with you. My gosh.
Um, but he was like, look, he's making you recognize like the things like, come on now, I'm gonna need you to do better.
Yeah.
What scripture is it when he's like, y'all still drinking formula or baby's milk? He was like, "Y'all need to step y'all's game up." And which one is it?
You used to want cows, goat's milk or lamb's milk, something to that effect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he. God will let you know when you staying idle too long in the wrong space. That's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. So similar to what we were talking about earlier, before we really started to dig in, I I like to have a little jokey joke.
Mhm.
And sarcasm is probably the easiest form of banter
Mhm.
amongst the demographic that I work with. I'll say yes.
Okay. So because you're very, I think I'm sarcastic, but I don't know if I'm like very or. But anyways, you can be sarcastic, right? But do you only do you know who like you know who your presence is with when you're sarcastic,
Yeah.
or do you find like yourself being sarcastic and then people are like, "What?"
So I think I only had that happen to me one time. Someone was just like, that joke hurt my feelings. And I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. We won't joke with you no more. We gonna keep this real surface.
Yeah, because some people are really big
No,
jokers,
no.
but I feel
Took
like,
it to heart. They were very upset.
oh,
Like you could, they were like, I was like, oh wow.
oh,
I was like, okay. I believe I touched on an insecurity of theirs.
maybe
It was just like I was just joking, and they were a little hurt, and I was just like, okay.
you didn't realize it,
I didn't realize it was an insecurity of theirs,
right?
but once they let it be known, I did course correct. I did
Mhm.
apologize.
Right.
Um, I didn't say it to them again,
Okay.
but I also realized that we grew up different. Because I don't know if you did this when you were younger, but we played the dozens.
Mm-mm. What's
And the dozens was basically you sitting amongst a group of friends cracking on each other.
Oh, well, yeah, we done clowned with each other and stuff
Like,
like that.
and
We
I
didn't
mean,
call
like
it the
going
dozens, but
in.
we had something similar.
Yeah, it was like we played the dozens. We was going in on folks. People's feelings got hurt.
Yeah,
Like,
but we was just having fun.
right. But when you grow up that way, not everybody grew up that way.
Right,
So for me, that's just my way. In a way, you could call it a love language, me expressing how I care about you. You're in my circle because that's how we hang out. Excuse me, we crack jokes.
right.
That's not for everybody.
Yeah, but I think some of the world has a sense of humor.
Some do. Um, I do believe that they get their sense of humor when it's not aimed at them.
Okay.
They can laugh when it's not aimed at them. And so when the sarcasm piece became our uh, our lesson, I was just like, ooh.
What you try? Where we
Hmm.
at? What are you looking for?
Oh, I'm looking at the takeaways.
Okay, just
And
straight.
yeah, mean what you say what you mean. That is something that I like to hold true to. But I
Yeah,
do notice that in my sarcasm, even though I'm shooting straight in my sarcasm, not everybody gets it. And it does hurt people's feelings.
I could understand that because I've experienced someone who said a joke to me, but it like kind of low key it did hurt my feelings, but it wasn't like I was like my feelings were hurt. I think what they said felt true, I guess, somewhat.
Hmm.
So it was like Well, wait a minute. That's the opposite of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So it kind of made me feel some kind of way.
Yeah. So when that takeaway for Shoot Straight said, you know, make it your aim to never utter the phrase, I was only joking to the person you offended.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, that one person was just like, you hurt my feelings. And first, I didn't know how to take it. Because I was just like, okay.
Right.
No one's ever told me I hurt their feelings before, but here we are.
I feel
I'm
like
glad I was mature enough to say, I hear what you're saying. I'm acknowledging your feelings.
Mhm.
Those were not my intentions. So now that we know, we'll move forward.
I think that as long as you at least acknowledge their feelings, that was very kind of you. Um, but I could understand that, but I also think your audience, knowing your audience on some event, like some things can be important, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't think we gotta be 100% serious all the time. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think you have to be. I mean,
Little
God
joke
created a platypus. Clearly, he's got a sense of humor.
yeah.
Clearly has a sense of humor. But that second takeaway, when they were like, remember your words are like fire, and when
Mhm.
shot off recklessly can ignite a blaze, you never know. Just like, I never looked at it from the perspective of a fire. I always looked at it from a perspective of a ripple.
Right.
So, when you like throw stones or you just drop something in the water, you
Hmm.
realize it continues its outreach beyond the impact that you had.
Right.
Um, so when you think about your words in that space and how, even though I may have said something to you and that may have affected you, and then you said something to somebody else,
Hmm.
and then that affected somebody else, and then that affected somebody else. Here it is, your little bitty words, that little bitty conversation
Hmm.
done set off 22 people,
Hmm.
and you didn't even realize it. You changed somebody's whole day,
Right.
multiple people's whole day, unaware.
I
And
will agree.
so, just envisioning a wildfire, its scorching destruction should cause us to think twice before we
Hmm.
let deceptive and sarcastic words escape our lips.
Right.
And
Because
people are crazy now.
that part too.
Like, people want to jump out of cars and be strange, run into buildings, do weird things.
Yeah, a lot of weird stuff going on right now. So, um, when I was thinking about like the ablaze, like
Hmm.
I was thinking like how hurtful your words could come out as well. Like I don't know. I just feel like those words can be when a blaze set a blaze like that can be internally just so hurtful for somebody. So you don't know where you can be that last breaking point for somebody. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
absolutely. You
So.
might be the straw that broke that camel's back,
Hmm.
and that's not necessarily how we want to live life.
Now, did you do the lesson for your lips?
Where it asked me to trace any tense relationships to your sarcastic or inappropriately teasing behavior. Um, Honestly, I don't. Outside of that one time, I couldn't really think, and that wasn't in necessarily a. It wasn't a friendship,
Hmm.
so I can't really say that I've gone too far, and I didn't know my audience, and they didn't take it in a bad way.
Right.
Um, I know God has convicted me for things that I have said, not in a sarcastic manner per se, but maybe in a too straightforward saying.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had to go back and say, look, I apologize for how I said it,
Right.
not what I said. Like,
Right.
I meant what I said, but
Okay.
I probably have come off a little harsh. So
Yeah.
I have gone back and apologized to people in that respect, but not
And
over sarcasm or teasing.
okay. I think I'm a joker, so I really like to joke around. I like to laugh. I like to, have a smile on my face. But so I think I would say I probably use sarcasm and joking as much as the average person. I do like it more, but I'm not like as strong, much of a sarcastic person. I do joke, but like I feel like my jokes um aren't to, you know, cause a rift. You know what
That's
I
fair.
mean?
I think most of my jokes could probably be considered self-deprecating,
Like what do you mean by that?
meaning like I poke fun at me, but in a joking manner around other people.
Hmm. I'm gonna pay attention to that more often about you. I'll see.
Yeah,
I'll find out.
that's probably more my spade when it comes to joking. But yeah, my sarcasm or joking is as much as the average person, and it's really amongst people I know,
Hmm.
and that's about it.
Yeah, I think I'm a joker, but I like am cautious about what I say and who I say it to as well. So like I don't know, you can kind of read people and
Yeah, but I can almost say, outside of that one time, I've very rarely ever had to say I was only
right.
joking. I think it's just implied.
I'm sure I've had something like that happen, but I don't remember it enough to like be able to speak on it. Can you try?
Which verse did you pick?
Hmm.
Which verse when it said pick a verse?
Um, I had or something. Um,
It's chilly in here.
what should there be?
I picked Ephesians 4:29.
I was gonna say 5-4.
Okay. Why 5:4?
Well, I like it says, nor should there be obscenity, foolish talk, or coarse joking, which are out of place, but rather thanksgiving. So I don't feel like it's dismissing like a joke and um like laughing, but I guess more like for me, I think of like dark or more evil type,
Okay.
sinful like type jokes because we can joke around and not, be disrespectful to the Lord.
Facts.
Okay, so that's why I chose 5-4. That was my thinking with it.
Yeah. With 4:29, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen.
Hmm.
I think that in the position that we're in, and even in the position at church that I'm in,
Hmm.
that you never know who's listening. You never know who's within ear shot. You never know who's
Right.
watching you. And so it's important that not only the things that come out of my mouth be uplifting, but my actions and my lifestyle should also reflect the same conversation pieces. And so
Mhm.
that's what I saw in Ephesians 4:29. It was just a reminder of you never know who's paying attention, who's watching, who's listening. When what you consider a kid is around the corner and you're having whatever banter you're having with their parent or guardian, they may not need to hear that. So you just be mindful of who's around.
Right.
Keep it cute.
You're right about that. Keep it cute. All right. So for day 23, it says just say thanks.
Yes, Lord, just
Um, the,
say thanks.
the scripture is Colossians 4:2. It says, devote yourself to prayer, being watchful and thankful.
Yes.
Um, Sometimes we move so quickly through life that we miss what God is doing right in front of us. Um, Being watchful means slowing down and noticing his hands in everyday moments. Sorry, I'm looking down because this is what we wrote down.
Fair.
Um, and then it says, I wrote choose thankfulness. Gratitude isn't just a feeling; it's a decision. When we intentionally look for things to be thankful for, our perspective begin to shift, and devotion matters. Prayers keep us connected to God, and thankful keeps our heart aligned with Him. Um, so, what did you take away from this day 23?
Um, Thankful words start with words of prayer, and how. So I actually put this into action.
Mm-hmm.
And so, long story small, my nephew had prom over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to that, we had gone out and bought him a whole suit, but it had to be shipped because they didn't have it in the store. Well, in the
Okay.
store, it said that it would be there on Friday. I got an email saying it wasn't going to be there till today, which is
Mm-hmm.
2 days too late. So I call and I'm like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" They're like, "Oh, we can't promise any dates. Estimated, woo woo." And I was just like, "Okay." I made I made a promise, and I like to be a person of my word. So I got up. What was it, Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Thursday or Friday? Right before prom.
Mm-hmm.
And no, it was Thursday. I go down the road. I go to a doctor's appointment, and all the way down the road, I'm thinking, okay, God, thank you. Thank you for what you've done today. Thank you for these people. Thank you for the obstacles that you've given me to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for this. Thank you for that. And I'm just, even though I'm panicking about having to get a suit, because I'm like, I need to find this suit.
Right.
Started my day off with so much thanks and so much gratitude. And I'm driving and I'm trying to call people as I'm driving because I just wanted to um, put in uh, some words of encouragement to them as I was driving. But God literally shut everything down. Not one person answered the phone. So just he and I could have a whole conversation down the road.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, cool. I locked in. I was like, God, you know how much my back hurts. I do not want to have to drive to Baltimore. Can you please help me find what I need around my doctor's office? He told me to go to a store. I heard Burlington. That's not where I was supposed to go, but I did end up going to Burlington. I'm walking around there. I'm like, this place looks terrible. It was a good Lord. And then God was just like, no, Boscov's. And I was like, okay. Went to
Mm-hmm.
Boscov's. I'm like, God. I need a win. I know you got this. I need the win. I walked in that store. I got there at 1 minute after 10. They legitimately just opened the doors for people to walk in. I'm walking in there with the seasoned saints, right? Retired folk. I'm like, ooh,
Mhm.
I'm a little young to be in here now.
Oh yeah.
A little young to be in here now. I get to the men's department. I see the color suit that he wants. I find the pants in his size. I was like, ooh, I'm trying to find the jacket. I am searching and searching and searching. I cannot find this jacket. I was like, okay, God, I'm gonna trust you. I walk up to the register. I ask them, hey, can you see if you can find this in a 44 long?
Mhm.
They scan it. They said, we have one. I said, okay, all right, Jesus. Now my back is on fire at this point, and I'm like, I said, if I could dance, I would dance. The woman goes in the back and she's looking. She's looking. She don't find it. She's like,
Mhm.
maybe it's in the back. She goes in the back. The floor manager comes out and goes, oh no, all that's out on the floor. I put that out yesterday. And I was like, oh. So now we're all looking, trying to see if someone like just put it in the wrong spot.
Right.
Floor manager was like, let me check one in the back one more time. She finds the box. It pops out. Like I said, I'll come back there and help you. As soon as she went like this, the 44 popped up.
Dang. So it
Yes,
was meant to be.
meant to be.
God had it.
Only for that
How'd the
raggedy
picture
suit
turn out?
that I ordered to show up on Saturday morning.
Oh.
I said, I know you lying, but I'm gonna take the other one back. But it
I
all,
know that's right.
it all started with gratitude.
That's good. That's a good one. That's awesome.
All started with thanks. And I don't think that had I not started my day with thanks, that God would have made that provision.
Mhm.
Because I didn't even focus on the suit. I really did that whole ride up into my doctor's appointment. My
Yeah.
whole thought process
That's
was
awesome.
giving gratitude and thanks to God for every small thing, for every big thing, for everything that I don't even know about. Thank you, thank you, thank you,
Yes.
thank you. Just a heart full of gratitude.
Yes, that's amazing. I
Right?
think I think we ask so much that sometimes we forget to give gratitude back. Some days I just like on my ride to work, I be praising and just giving thanks, you know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
not even anything, I'm not asking for anything. I just want you to know that I am appreciative and that matters.
And those be the best days.
Hmm.
The best days.
Literally the best days. So I on the other one, it says pull out your binoculars.
Hmm.
Throughout your days, be watchful, be a person who notices, often just pausing for a moment to watch person's demeanor or reading between the lines of what verbally said will give us a glimpse into a life. Someone who could use kindness or a word of thanks. Don't just listen with your ears, watch with your eyes. I think for me, personally, I'm a big people watcher, like in general. So I like to pay attention to like your demeanor and like how you behave towards me, and like I'll be taken aback by something, but then I'll be like, oh, okay, that's how that person is. If I keep, being around you or something like that. Um, so I think those moments do matter. I feel like I'm very surface with people, so I like do work to get a little bit deeper to with people,
Hmm.
because I've told you that. I think I was like I'm very surface. I've told you that.
Yeah. Um, I I like to pull out your binoculars because it was kind of an all to her mother-in-law, who
Mhm.
whenever they would go out, her mother-in-law would just run up to a serviceman and give them thanks and give them a hug for their uh their dedication to the country. Now, I don't necessarily run up to people who have been in the service
Mhm.
or are currently serving in the service, and give them a hug and all the gratitude of thanks. But I do use my spiritual eye,
Mhm.
the Holy Spirit, to pay attention to people when they have a need. Um, you could ask my husband. I've done this a few different times where I'll sit there, and it's not necessarily people watching, but
Right.
I'm I'm feeling the presence in the room. I'm paying attention to what's happening,
Mhm.
and God will place somebody on my heart to pay for their meal.
Oh.
And I most of the time I never tell that person that I did it.
Oh, so how did they like? They just never found out like who did
Yeah,
it.
they never find out that I do it.
Oh, nice.
Um, because it says never let your right hand know what your left hand is doing from the Bible.
Mhm.
But I do it because I want people to know that there's still kindness in the world, that
Mhm.
God still loves you, and you never know when God's going to use someone else to bless you.
Yeah.
So,
So.
and sometimes it's people who have been in the military. Most of the time, it's elderly people that are no arm fixed income.
Okay.
And gosh, it's like that. Yeah, that one. And you'll hear the waitress call them out a name. Clearly, they come all the time. Clearly, they're doing it because they want conversation with people.
Mhm.
God always puts it on my heart to just take care of somebody in that space.
Well, that's so kind.
So that's how I put on my binoculars. That's how I pay attention, and I'm noticing what needs to be said or done for somebody.
Awesome. I like that. Go you. Now I have a question
Okay.
because it is almost 8:30.
My goodness, that was fast.
I was about to say we was
We
enjoying
was really in it tonight.
that. We was like really going in today on the days, but
Yes,
we
we were.
got 2 more days to go for the
We
week.
do.
But we almost at our cutoff time.
We are.
So, what would you like to do?
I mean, I think we probably can get through 24, and then we can just add 25 to week 6.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds good for me.
That way we don't go too crazy.
Right. Overtime, but we still get to enjoy this word that we learning today.
Right. 24, help them hit refresh. Proverbs 11:25. A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. So that's basically my story that I just said. Because you never know.
You know, and I think it really like my dad is a reflection of that. My dad is like extremely giving. He's a very kind person. Like he does anything for anybody. You just ask him and he's gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And just like it, like even though like we are sinful people, we do have our flaws and everything. Like God constantly is blessing him with like little things over and over again, and it's just pretty cool to see happen. Um, you know, I just think I seeing him as he grows and as he gets older, and how many people look out for him and how he looks out for other people, because those people were young, were
Hmm.
kids, and he looked out for them, and then as adults they still look out for him.
Absolutely. You got to
So
sow seeds. You
and
never know when it's going to come back.
I really think it's what you put out there is very important.
Mhm.
Is how you're going to receive it.
Like that second takeaway for day 24, generosity isn't about money. I also find myself um, going up to people that may not, like, you can always kind of tell when somebody doesn't feel their best,
Mm-hmm.
or they're a little self conscious, they feel awkward. I will go up to somebody in a heartbeat, like, you are so beautiful, and just walk away.
Well, you know, I'm a cheerleader, so I'm about to tell you something nice. Or I'm always trying to root for everybody. So,
I think I was walking out of the hospital and this woman was walking up the street and I just looked at her and I said, "You are gorgeous. I hope you have an amazing day." And
and
she
you
just
probably
stopped. She
just
was like,
like,
she was like, thank you. I
she
was like,
probably
"Oh,
wanted to hug you and everything else. She was
right."
probably taken aback.
He was like, "Thank you so much." I was like, "No
Mm.
problem."
And just people need to hear positive,
Yeah.
uplifting things.
The world is so cruel. And every day you get on Al Gore's internet and you are
Whose internet?
watching Al Gore.
I know that's right. Okay, Al Gore.
You get on Al Gore's internet and people just be cutting up, saying any old thing, doing any old thing, pretending to be living the most lavish, lovely life they could.
Hmm.
And you're competing with that. You're
Yeah.
also competing with yourself because now every camera, every social media platform that you allow to take your picture has automatically enhanced beauty features. So you don't even know what you look like anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so when someone can come up to you in real life and tell you you're doing an amazing job, I see you, keep
Mm-hmm.
going. Or that little piece of insecurity that you have about your smile, and someone says, "You got a beautiful smile. You don't think your eyes look great. You got beautiful eyes.
Yeah.
You have an amazing personality. God loves you so much."
And when people do that, like it actually like triggers
Yeah.
something on their inside. Like they're like, wait a minute. Oh, it is pretty. Like,
Right. You are beautifully and wonderfully made. God
and then they
crafted
actually
you.
have to reconsider now. So
Yes.
that is like that's beautiful. Like you done made them have to rethink of about
Right.
themselves.
Exactly. God created you. God created you perfect in his image. You are beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason he made you just like this. And
Oh,
I
sorry.
don't think you can do it in a patronizing way, right? Don't make it feel like charity. It's got to be genuine.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do it randomly, people don't know one way or the other who you are, how you are, but they're going to feel your genuineness.
Yeah.
So I encourage you to keep telling people
Yeah. Because it matters, and
it does.
like like how I told you, I'll just like say something like slight to somebody, like, "Oh, your shoes are cute," or something like that. It
Mhm.
does bring like a little bit of joy to someone's day. So I like to do
Absolutely.
little things like that because I've always been like you said, like I said,
Mhm.
everybody's cheerleader.
Yeah.
See everybody winning.
And
So,
when you can do it at church,
hmm,
because I would love to say that everybody that we go to church with is not having any issues. We all live in great,
right.
life is lovely for every one of us. It's
Hmm.
not always that great. And sometimes when you can just go up to somebody and just give them a hug, just be like, "You know what? I was thinking about you. I'm so glad to see you. You just made my day."
Right.
That's genuine. But you didn't change their whole aspect for the week.
Yeah. And it's big. It's big.
It is real big.
Hmm.
Community is big. I think that's one of the things God is teaching us, even though He's telling us to keep our lips zipped in some instances, and He's telling us to speak life in other instances. Ultimately, it's about making our community better.
Right.
And
And I think that's why this week I said this week was very encouraging for me to make because it like a day like today it made me feel like okay, so what I'm doing isn't so bad. Like it's nice to
Mhm.
get that reassurance sometimes to make
Right.
you.
Because let's be honest, she beat us up
Yeah,
the first couple of weeks.
she been tough on us.
She beat us up. And so it's nice to be like, you know what? We ain't all bad.
Yeah.
She had to give us a little love, and I appreciate that love. It's
Right.
8:30, and that is the end of 24.
Yes.
So we will add 25 to week 6.
Okay.
Hopefully, we are in the same building.
Yes.
Fingers crossed. Life is life in right now, but fingers crossed.
Okay.
Um, I hope y'all enjoyed it. If not, let me know.
Yes. Yes.
Give me some feedback. Tell us what's going on.
And
Let us know how
I,
you're liking the book.
I have gotten I've gotten a few people come up to me with positive feedback. And, it's just, as a greeter or usher, we get to, I get to see everybody. So I
Yeah.
get to hear a lot of feedback from people in the church. And um, so far so good, only positive things. Like, but if we do something that you don't like, tell us too now.
Right. You know, if God told you a different interpretation, throw it in the comments. Let us know. Let's talk about it. Let's have a discussion. That's what this is all for us to
Mhm.
chop it up. We're trying to sharpen each other. We're trying to learn
Yes.
together as a community.
Yeah.
So we will see y'all the next time.
All right. See you in a week.
Peace.
Bye.